that said they're going to save Wall Street and not Main Street. Now, and I'm going to give you a good example. You know, people are just stupid. I mean, here it is, and people say, well, I ain't stupid. I said, listen, here we have General Motors. They go up to the Capitol. They fly up in their jets and stuff, and they have to grovel for 15 or 50 or 60 billion dollars. Now, listen, Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, AIG. Yeah. They just getting people trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
The people, they hadn't even called up. Matter of fact, they gave Paulson what $750 billion with no oversight.
No oversight. Just gave him the money.
Just gave him the money.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to do it for one thing. He did another. They mad at him. Now listen, you can see then the people on Wall Street are blue line. They're blue-blooded. And these people get what they want, and they don't have to go through a lot of hassle. Now, when it comes to the blue-collar workers, you finna catch hell. And that's what the General Motors thing is about. It's a class struggle, and you don't see it other than they say, well, General Motors made all these mistakes and da-da-da. Well, listen, the banks, the Wall Street bankrupt the whole system.
They made the biggest mistake.
They made the biggest mistake.
Wall Street. And we talked on the phone the other day, and we agreed that even if GM made the best car, superior to Toyota and Honda, they would still go bankrupt because we ain't got no money to buy no car.
And this is the problem that the last speaker brought out. 70% of the economy, 70% of the U.S. economy, folks, is consumers. You and I buying. Now, most of us are up to our neck in debt. We got credit cards to pay off. And basic utilities and a mortgage. We don't have, and there's not another ATM machine. You can't borrow no more money from your house.
And the biggest thing, most people,
and they're not going to forgive nothing.
Most of us are afraid that we're going to lose our jobs.
That's the whole point.
We saw. I
don't have any savings.
I don't even look at my investments. I don't look, as I know if they're gone about 30-40%. I don't want to look at them. So we're frightened. People are frightened.
Well, like the last speaker said, the best thing you do is take your money out of any type of 401k, put it into gold or silver.
I don't have a 401k. I got mutual fund. That's still bad, right?
Now, listen, the only way you can possibly get out of it is in one of those precious metals gold mutual funds.
Yes, I'm thinking about going. I can't name the people. I'm thinking about getting. I know it's paper. It's not tangible. I'm thinking about getting some gold.
But at least as gold goes up, the gold mine stocks go up with it for a while.
And I got to go down to this place in Chicago. They sell gold. I heard this. You told me this silver coins, they ran out.
Well, there's a limit. People are now afraid of, when you start talking about this paper.
Yeah, I don't have no paper to help you.
Yeah, but anyway, what I mean by that, the stuff is losing value.
Yeah, here's $1.
Here's $1. This stuff is losing. Here's 20. This stuff is losing value, folks. And the only thing that you could offset it with is with some gold or silver, which most foreigners are buying. And matter of fact, it's very hard for you to find gold and silver now.
But they said earlier, you gotta give my money back. But they said earlier that people are buying guns and safes.
Oh yeah.
Because they were scared to put it in the bank.
Listen.
They said they had about 20 banks failed this year.
23 banks failed so far this year.
This year. This year.
This year.
Now this show gonna air in 2009, and they say 2009 the economy is gonna be worse in 2009 than this year.
Oh, it's gonna go off the chain. I mean, folks don't realize. Listen. So there is not going to be any jubilee, folks. They're not going to forgive your foreclosure. Listen, they not even want to forgive any of the mortgages. They want to forgive any people the credit cards. And listen, well, how do you think the folks going to spend to keep the economy going? Nobody is thinking about Wall Street. They're thinking about, Main Street. They're thinking about Wall Street saving the wealthy, which they call welfare. Mm-hmm. I said welfare. It's fair for them.
And they're going to do very well.
Right.
Because the rich, because when the stocks go down to nothing, they can buy pennies on the dollar.
That's exactly.
And even if they went up only 25%, they drop 75, only go back up 25, they still make billions of dollars.
That's exact. Listen, cash is king, gold is king, and listen, the elitists never buy anything retail. They buy it wholesale, pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, they don't forget about that. Okay, we got another caller. You're on Viewpoint Live. Go right ahead.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Go right ahead.
Mark?
Yeah, turn your TV down. Go talk.
Okay, I got it down. Mark and Doctor, thank you very much. Hey, I listened to your program, Viewpoint. It's great. Fantastic. Hey, Mark, the people forget that Bush was never elected on both terms. And what Bush and Mayor Daley do, they privatize, they take all the jobs out, they bring in Walmart and NAFTA. And what's happening now, it's written, and the thing is, we, like myself, I don't have an investment. I'm working. I live check by check, and I'm not going to panic. I'm not scared. I think the people who have to worry are the people who have such large amounts of money, have investments, and have big corporations. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for expressing yourself on this show. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You know, you put it together. Nothing. I try to read the newspaper of what's going on, and there's nothing in the paper. And the 10 o'clock news is the same old crap. Magazines don't tell you nothing, the truth. And this program, it touches right on the main topic. You're hitting right in the heart of it. And we can't get that in the media. The media is also gone, which the doctor always talks about.
Thank you so much. You know, the thing about it, he's right, because if you are highly leveraged, meaning that you got a lot of debt, you in deep doo-doo.
Well, yeah, you in deep doo-doo, but I'd say this, even if you're in debt, you can't get out, seek professional help, but one of the last things, don't lose it. Listen, it's not worth killing yourself over a system that's a game to these folks.
Well, see, that's the whole thing about
they blow the game up,
right.
They blow it up, they collapse the economy, and they do the same thing over and over. And if you're not wise, you take a gun and blow your brains out.
My children, they teenagers, they're 15 and 13. And I try my best, because we live in America, and they teach you they brainwash you to spend all of your money, in fact, run a deficit every year. And I try to tell them, please do not get attached to these materialism. You could lose your mind. I gotta have them Jordans. I gotta have these $5 gym shoes. I gotta have a Chrysler 300. That's going to make you go crazy when you lose the shoes and you lose the Chrysler 300. You lose your mind. You're going to beat your children. You're going to kill your wife because you're attached to this materialism.
That's right. Well, see, most people have no spirituality, and the scriptures warn us against the Babylonian system that has driven men mad. I mean, here you are thinking that paper money is real money. It's not gold and silver. It has no value. All paper currencies has always failed, folks. That's not one paper currency that has never failed in America will not be exempt from that factor.
Because people laugh at us. They say, "Oh, look at y'all got these old. We're not wearing Armani suits or whatnot." Most people, and most Americans, not all, the days of wine and roses is over.
Well, what you're going to live in today is America. When I say America, I mean the whites, whatever. Is that you're going to be, and blacks, whatever your color, you're going to have a reduced standard of living. We're probably going to, a lot of people, we're basically going to go undeveloped or third world. We're going to go basically from first world to third world. There's no way that all of these jobs that are being lost, just for instance, when Wall Street collapsed, they laid off pretty close to almost 500,000 or 500,000, almost 500,000 investment bankers. These people are making $800,000 or $600,000 plus bonuses.
That's not a job you can get real easy. Investment bank. In fact, those jobs are gone. The kids in college, they were going to Wall Street. Now they can't go to Wall Street.
It's over with. That game is over with. So there is no more financing and high rolling, and you're driving Maseratis and stuff, and you're getting 5 or 6. Even the secretary was getting $400,000 for $500 million. Those firms.
I know, it's Sandy. We got another phone call. You're on Viewpoint Live. Go right ahead. Caller.
Hello.
Go right ahead. You on?
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me, Mr.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Turn off the TV.
Hello.
Turn off the TV and start talking.
Hello.
Or maybe they can't hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hey, cut them off, Bill. Reset it. Bill Godowski's in the control room. Whenever you're ready, Bill, just bring the caller in. The bottom line is that people, if you never had any money, if you never really had anything, you may not even notice there's a depression.
You'll notice it, but I mean, the idea you'll be able to deal with it more readily than somebody else that has a PhD and he'll get cut. Even some of the university professors, I don't know how they're going to make it. Nobody can afford to go to college no more.
Oh, tell me about it. I know, because I talk to public school students quite often here in the city of Chicago, and we go to neighborhoods like Inglewood and Roseland. And those of you who are outside Chicago, those are some of the worst neighborhoods economically.
Right.
The people are very nice, but economically they have been in the depression for 30 years anyway.
That's it.
I mean, you go to Roseland. If you've been old enough, I saw Roseland as a kid when it was all white.
Right.
I saw Inglewood when I was a kid when it was all white. It collapsed. And like I told you on your show a few months ago, people laugh at Detroit, and I told them Detroit is coming to a neighborhood near you.
That's it.
Caller, you're on Viewpoint Live.
Just a couple quick things you guys are saying. Well, I've been telling people for years that the whole system we have based on paper is an absolute fraud. It's a sham, and it always has been from day one. The only thing that propped up the American dollar was the propaganda machine of the American government. But what I found really kind of intriguing is the fact that on every piece of paper currency that's been in circulation for at least